We're just working on lighting.
Yeah, I don't think that's working.
Actually, it's not bad, is it? There we go. Jesus? Lord? What? What?
Don't go towards the light. Don't go towards the light.
Hey everybody, Chris and Linda Paget here. We hope that you enjoyed the second episode of the Happy Place Homestead reality show. And this is the bonus footage.
We have things that we want to talk about with that episode.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Why are you wearing your sunglasses?
Because I don't want to scare people with my demon eye. I have a demon eye. It's really red.
I think you look like Bob Costas when he was doing the Olympics. He had that pink eye. The eye of Sauron.
Okay, I guess I won't wear them.
As you may notice, I'm wearing my my onesie.
No, your overalls.
My
the onesie
overalls.
was the
Michael Myers
Michael
Halloween
Myers.
outfit.
My sister sent us a picture of that. Yeah, Michael Myers apparently wears the complete coveralls. So that's good to know for next year for Halloween.
That is, good to know. Here's the thing is that just a couple behind the scenes things that you might want to be made aware of or interested in. First of all, none of that was contrived. Like when we went to the mall for confession, that's something that I do on a regular basis, and that's a real place, the Franciscan place. They've been there for quite a while, and in fact, for the last 5 years that we've lived in this area, I've gone there pretty regularly.
Yeah, we picked up Travis, our videographer and editor and extraordinary producer, whatever other titles we want to give him. We picked him up at the airport that day, and Chris was like, you know what, Kate, I think maybe we need to get lunch, but we can go to confession first. Like, this was just the normal, this is what we're going to do as we kind of get you here and get settled in to start the filming. And Travis is like, well, let's film it. So it was very uncomfortable walking through the mall with a camera following you. It was very uncomfortable. Yeah. People were like, what the crap? Who are they?
Well, in fact, when we went to the restaurant, actually, we were told eventually by a manager that we were not allowed to film there. So we didn't disclose the restaurant, even though it rhymes with yeast cake yectory. But we have a tradition in our family where we would go to that particular restaurant for every birthday celebration. So we would just take the kids there and whoever there. So obviously taking Travis there was a natural fit. But the cool thing and what's interesting is that was the very first filming that we experienced with him in terms of the show. And it took a little bit of time to get used to it. And I think what I immediately realized is that I'm just going to have to relax and be myself and talk like I would talk. Well, I've been practicing for a long time, pretending that there's been a reality show going on, even though there hadn't been. So we would be driving from place to place, and
this is true.
And actually, I would stop in the middle of our conversation, and I would turn around and I would address like a camera as if it were there. So to me, it was kind of as a natural fit to actually have a real camera there filming. And I think I turn on a little bit too when the camera comes on. I'm probably not as hilarious, at least according to Linda's face. I'm not as funny as I think I am.
I do get that question a lot. And actually, I think our children get that question a lot. Oh my gosh, I bet your house is so fun, so funny. Chris is so funny. You guys always laughing.
Bring in more wood. Hilarious.
And the kids, they're so great. They've done this. They've been asked that question enough because Chris has been in public ministry for 25 years. So all of our children have grown up in this, even though it's not necessarily world renowned, like really world renowned. We're not talking major superstar, but it's enough that the kids get asked to where they know how to answer. They're always like, yes.
Well, that happened actually. Our oldest daughter, Hannah, was working at a conference bookstore, and apparently I was a hit, and they went and were checking out with a bunch of stuff, and Hannah was waiting on them, and she must have seen her name tag, and the lady was like, "Oh my gosh, is your dad Chris Paget?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's my dad." And Hannah's telling me this later, but the lady who's checking out was like, "Oh my gosh, he's so funny. You must like be laughing all the time. It must be just hilarious." And she said, "Oh yeah, it really is." And when Hannah was telling me the story, I said to her, Why did you lie to her?" And she said, "I just didn't have the heart to crush her dreams." The thing is, I'm actually a pretty introverted person. I do have a good time. I do take a lot of joy in trying to get my kids to laugh because they've kind of been a part of the shenanigans the whole time. So anyway, the show has been exciting for us because, again, we've been waiting for about a year to make this available to you. As we had mentioned before, this episode was the very first that we filmed, even though it's the second coming out. And the jokes about pants and the buttons not fitting, I mean, this is probably a regular dialogue with me. I'm always...
It is true, real life. This is not contrived.
I'm always neurotic about my clothes. In fact, I feel like this onesie, the overalls rather, is such a weird... This is a weird article of clothing. First of all, I look pregnant. Okay, so I don't think these are helping me.
But every man or woman has issues with suspenders. In order to make them comfortable while you're sitting, they have to be loose enough, but then they're too loose while you're standing. But I think most people who wear suspenders, where they were originally designed for being farmers or people out working, they're probably rarely sitting. So
that's probably true.
They're standing, they're bending, they're lifting, and so.
Moving on.
All right, so let's talk about the part with the hat. While we were shopping, again, this was real. We're shopping and we see all this unicorn paraphernalia. Donald, you probably don't remember, they had the gloves, they had the fingernails attached to them, like for a unicorn. They had lots of
unicorns don't have fingernails.
Well, these gloves did. So this was all, again, right before Halloween. So I think they had all this unicorn paraphernalia stuff. But they had the hat.
I know, the hat was awesome.
That's what you were drawn to.
It was cute. It was this little tiny unicorn. It was a baby unicorn hat.
It was the children's department.
So I often shop there. Why don't my clothes fit properly? Because you're shopping in the kids section. But we got the hat. We tried it on. It was really funny. We made a comment about this. I do a lot of stuff with unicorns. We raise them.
Our kids wish. Right. But the unicorns have been a theme with Chris for years because he has done this unicorn meditation. That's really it's fun. It's funny. Even though we have heard that people have been traumatized by it. We were over in the Netherlands, you remember? And they were traumatized.
The Einhorn.
They were traumatized by the unicorn meditation. And so
that was awesome.
I was like, okay, well, I guess it doesn't always translate well. But the...
it translated well.
You bought this onesie, the sleeper onesie that has unicorns all over it. And one year at, where were we? I don't know.
We were at like the NFCYM and I did...
National Conference.
For Catholic Youth Ministers. And I did the comedy bit in that onesie.
Yes. And so...
So apparently onesies and unicorns are a theme in my life.
That's right. I think so.
The thing about this is that for those of you who've never seen the full bit, it's kind of a little bit of a spoof on a guided meditation, and it had just kind of come upon me one day. I had to kill some time, so I had my guitar, and I was just thinking, what can I do to keep their attention? Let's kind of go on this guided meditation. And the way my brain works, I just started just flowing. And of course, you're going to encounter this magical, mythical creature, the unicorn. But then I thought, that can't be it. And so I had the unicorn stabbing you in your guided meditation. And at the end, we conclude that that's how you get your belly button. So, of course, it's biblical. It's pretty funny.
Yes.
I actually love doing that bit, but and so we had a shirt actually that was made. My daughter was wearing it the other day.
Which was funny. Again, our 8-year-old daughter, she has no idea what she's wearing. She knows it's a unicorn shirt, so she's wearing it, and So our other children are trying to explain to her what this is, what this shirt is, and how it's part of Dad's thing and whatever. It was cute.
Yeah, I know, it's cute. And the funny thing about that little shirt is that there's a little bit of blood on the tip of it. So she's wearing this shirt. And it says, "Let me guide you," because that's the whole kind of funny verbiage throughout. All right, so you experienced the funny little deal at the mall, but that was spontaneous. None of that was planned. So I got the hat. Lynn makes the funny comment. I'm laughing, and we're roaring about it, and it just was one of those real live moments that we've often thought, wouldn't it be great if someone could actually catch that moment? The other thing that I wanted to bring up is the fact that obviously we are dealing with confession, and for many of you, you're Catholic, you get that, you understand. Maybe you're Catholic and you hardly ever go to confession, like my wife. Just kidding. The truth is that for some of you out there, it's been a scary experience. Some of you haven't had great experiences, and I've had a couple of weird experiences. But that being said, I love that sacrament, and so we wanted to share that part of our journey with you. Many of you are not Catholic, and so we love you, and we know that it was probably a weird episode. And so if you have questions about like why we go to confession, why is that a big deal, you can totally put them in the comment section below. We'll respond to every single one of them if you want. So what I think we're not interested in is a whole bunch of people like telling us why we're horrible people for going to confession, because realistically we'll probably respond to you in a way that will make us have to go back to confession. So Linda laid out some groundwork for snarky people leaving snarky comments. We grew up not Catholic, and then we became Catholic later in life. This show isn't about being Catholic, and we're not trying to convert you. We're just literally sharing parts of our life. Some of it you'll get, some of it you won't.
Because really, not everyone who watches this has a farm.
Right.
Right? And not everyone who watches this has children. And so it's okay. And I think that's something that we need to understand in this society, is that we can have varying beliefs and views and disagree on certain things, but still enjoy one another's company and get along. So let's get along.
For those of you staring at my wife's chest, this is our merchandise, body not included. We're basically responding to some people who've been wanting to get some merchandise of our show and of kind of what we're doing. And so we put happyplacehomestead.com. We put there basically a bunch of different shirt options. You can get this in a variety of sizes and colors. So happyplacehomestead.com, that's the website that at this point right now is primarily just a store. And then eventually we're going to develop the site. But really for what we're doing, most of everything that we're doing is intentionally going through YouTube. And then we're going to put some supplemental stuff on Facebook and Instagram. So if you're interested, let us know. If you're interested in topic ideas for future stuff, let us know. Ultimately, we want to bring not only more product to you, but also great content. And we wanted it to just be a gift to you so that you would laugh and have a great time and realize that there are all sorts of different types of people in this world. And sometimes just watching them and seeing how they look at life can be a refreshing experience. And so hopefully our family has been an encouragement to you. We're a dysfunctional family at times and a functioning family at times. And ultimately, we just wanted to include you in the reality. Because if there's one thing I'm sick and tired of is somebody calling their show a reality show when there's nothing real about it. So anyway, we love you. You're awesome. Thanks for watching.